Next, this one's a big one here. Halo Infinite project director Chris Lee leaves the project. He's the second director to leave this project.
Yep.
And the only statement made by Lee was, "I have stepped back from Infinite and am looking at future opportunities. I believe in the team and am confident that they will deliver a great game. And now is a good time for me to step away." Thoughts?
I'll start on this one. So this is a second project lead.
Yeah.
Project director. I mean, that's big.
Pretty huge.
He's the second one to leave. Is it time to be concerned for Halo Infinite?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because
Absolutely.
and honestly, I'm leaning towards where you guys are on this. I do think, this could be a big concern. However,
it's not just a concern because the director leave. It's also he's the second director to leave. It's also a concern because they were saying this game's coming out next month. It was supposed to come out next month, and then they delayed it to next year, early next year. But now there's rumors saying it's going to be late next year, which this is the longest we waited in between Halos. So it is concerning. Yeah. I'm concerned about the state of the game.
And it's also in the press release. Like, I've stepped back from Infinite and I'm looking for future opportunities. I mean, Halo's a big franchise.
Come on, you're at that. This is the. I mean, you're at the top.
You're at the top right there, and this is one of the big franchises in gaming. For you to be like, and this is the second one to leave, looking for future opportunities.
I should point out that he is still with Microsoft. He is still employed by Microsoft.
So maybe could it be that this project is? So do you think that perhaps it's rather than him leaving the project, do you think it's Microsoft going, hey, you know what, we could really use somebody taking on this project, and him saying, yeah, I'll totally take that on. So and so over here, it does great work and totally could take it on, because the way he's saying that, hey, I believe in the team and I'm confident that they will deliver a great game, blah blah blah. Could it be that instead?
I don't think so. Because think about it. If this game was supposed to come out this year, next month, to have a change like that, it could also be that what they want to do with the game is the scope is too big, or they're trying to.
Right.
That could be the case.
The scope is too big, and when you get behind, like when you get into the director's chair and you're looking at what you have to work with, you can kind of create like a roadmap of here's what we need and here's what we have to.
Yeah.
Microsoft could be just saying like, hey, we want us to be, I don't know who they're competing with. Either they're trying to make it more as big as Destiny or something. But I think that if you have a game so close to release, this is the second guy who walks away. There's something either with what they're asking or
right. So you think that perhaps it's Microsoft is asking for something specific that
they just can't.
The prior director was like, dude, that's not going to happen. We can't do that. This guy comes in, hey, I can do that, and they overcome that hurdle. But then they've asked him something else, and he's like, oh no, I don't.
Right,
think
and especially maybe also with the what else? Yeah, with the time that this thing needs to come out. I think that's just
So I don't think it spells complete disaster for Halo. I think we're still going to get it. I think it is completely possible that maybe Microsoft pulled him because maybe he wasn't. Maybe this is just an example that maybe he had poor management. Maybe he wasn't planning things out properly. Maybe he was the reason that they had to delay this because Microsoft stepped in and was like, "This does not look like it's ready to go. We don't want to release something that's going to look like this."
And they still keep him with the company,
right? So maybe they put him on a. He's obviously got experience. He's got great experience. Right. So perhaps a smaller project would be better fit for him. And
right. So and I think it's important to note
management by Microsoft to say, okay, hey, you know what? You're not a good. Clearly, this isn't working. You would be a great asset over here. That's smart.
Okay, that's fair.
Well, and I think it's important to note that first of all, for our viewers and listeners, that we don't know that Microsoft pulled him off of this.
We don't know that.
That's true.
He may have pulled himself off. I think it raises flags. And I want them to focus on this game and get it completed the right way. I do think it's important to note that Joseph Staten who wrote the original Halo trilogy. You know, for all the original Halo games, he's a fantastic storyteller. He's the reason we fell in love with Master Chief and Cortana in the first place.
Right.
He is still the story lead. He is still they hired him back, and he's the lead on this story after he left Bungie, and I think he was working somewhere else for a while. But now he's back with Microsoft,
right? And
he's working on Halo again. He's back. He's reunited with his baby. So I don't know that it spells complete disaster, but I do think this is something we should keep an eye on.
This, I mean, clearly it is of concern because, again, this is the longest we've waited for a Halo game. But not just that. I mean, this is going to be the first Xbox console that launches without a Halo.
Yeah, that's true.
Flagship running, right?
No, I mean, I believe only the original Halo. Launched with the console. 360 didn't have a Halo launch with it.
Really?
Sure.
Halo 3 didn't come out until almost a year afterwards. Okay. And then Halo 4 was not a Halo 4, and Halo 4 was on 360 as well, but at the end of the generation. And then Halo 5 did not release right away with the Xbox One. So this is not the first time they're launching without a Halo. Yeah, but I do think it's important that they do take the time that they need and release the game when it's right. So I think you can look at it both ways. MCC. You can see red flags, but you could also see, hey, you know what? They're trying to do this right. So who knows?
That's also
so hopefully it's good news.
Yeah, hopefully.
Could be of concern. We don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll see.
Got to stay optimistic, you know.